In this video, we will explore rule-based labeling in QGIS.
Load the new Earth 10-meter roads layer, open the layer styling panel, open the Labels tab, and click on the drop-down and enable rule-based labeling. Clicking in the layer styling panel allows you to see the changes you make as you make them. I'm going to zoom in on Europe so we can see the changes we make at a decent scale. Click on the green plus on the bottom left to add a rule. In the description of the rule, we would like to call the labeling rule Major Roads. Filter has been checked. And click on the Open Expression dialog box and input the expression from your worksheet. Click OK. Then under the label value, to choose name. You can see that this generates a filtered set of labels, and you can see that for some of the roads that are obviously not highways or are secondary roads, there is no label generated. Now I would like to create shield-shaped labels for the major roads using the options in our worksheet. So firstly, I'm going to go and choose the correct fonts for the labels, and that will be found in the Text tab. I would like the font to be Arial. And I'd like for it to be bold. I would like for the font size to be 13 points. And I'm going to choose for the color to be white. I'm going to click the drop down here and just pick white from the standard colors. Next, I would like to change the background of the label. So I'm going to go into Background tab, click Draw Background, on the drop down for Shape, and choose SVG. Click on the three dots, and in the Select SVG file folder, go to Backgrounds. In Backgrounds, you will see a security shield. Click on it and say OK. For the size of the shield, we would like it to be 12 millimeters. This you can tweak as needed, depending on how you are zoomed into your map or the scale of the map that you'd like to show. Next, I'd like to choose a background color for our shield. So I'm going to click here on full color. I'm just going to click on the color, and that will open our color editor. And you can see in the worksheet you have been given HTML notation for the color. So go into the HTML notation box and type in the notation for the background color. Press enter, click on go back. We'd like the background outline or stroke color to also be a specific color. You can see that it hasn't generated on the map canvas yet, and that's because we haven't given it a stroke size. So click go back and make it have a stroke size of 1. You will then see that there is an outline to each of the shields. For the rotation, I would like it to be 0. So I'm going to click Fixed on the drop down and have it at 0. Now for the placement, I'm going to open the Placement tab and click on the drop down arrow and choose Horizontal. I think the shields look pretty good, but I would like them to stand out more against the background of the map and the roads. So I'm going to give the shields a shadow. I'm going to click draw drop shadow, and that just lets the shield stand out from the background a bit better. I'm happy with that rule for now, and I'm going to click go back, and you can see the rule stated underneath the rule-based labeling. I'm going to change the roads to be black in color. If I open the symbology tab, click on color, and just choose standard black, that makes the roads more recognizable. You can see that right now the shields overlap a little bit, but if you zoom in, they don't really. Zoom to the full extent of the map, and you can see that this is a world map. So I'd like to give a little bit more context than just the roads. So in the coordinates here, as a shortcut, just type world and enter, and QGIS will give you a world map as a background. I'm going to pull that layer to below the roads layer, and then zoom in again. Lastly, make sure that your roads layer is enabled. Go back to your rules, and we'd like to just create another rule called other. For the meantime, click major roads to be off, add a new rule, call the rule other, and check the box else.
You will see if you zoom out a bit that the else rule has shown the other roads and some other names have been brought up on our map. If you go back, you can then turn on the case when rule and zoom in and out of your map, and you can see that both of the rules are shown on the map canvas and are applied to one layer. This is great because you can make multiple rules on one layer instead of having to copy the layer and make a rule for each one. Play around with this for a bit, add different rules, get rid of other rules, and understand that you can create multiple rules for the same layer.